reach the sky, and every time we dry our eyes, we bloom. We bloom. Bloom until we reach the sky, and every time we try and try, we bloom. We bloom.
Hi guys, it's your girl Gigi aka Black Woman Adulting, and I'm here with my first YouTube video, a proper sit down YouTube video, and I would like to introduce my guest,
me.
Yeah.
Hi.
So this is Cece.
Hi guys.
Also known as Laid by Cece.
Hi.
And as you can see, we've started doing my hair. We're doing some knotless braids at the moment. And I just thought, let's get a camera out and let's talk to Cece, because Cece is a businesswoman, okay? She's been doing this, and we're all about, you know, running businesses, you know, building wealth amongst the black community. And let's talk to someone that is doing this, has been doing this, and can give us, you know, some tips, let us know about her story. So we're gonna get into it now while she's doing my hair. So this is a real treat, okay? You're seeing a side to her that you just don't get to see every day.
This is real behind the scenes, you know.
For real.
No, but yeah, we decided to go for a ombre colour, so you can see it goes lighter at the ends.
She's golden.
Also, we decided to stay away from expressions because them people destroy your scalp.
Oh yeah.
There's something in it, and I don't know what it is, but I'm not gonna buy into it anymore. I've had enough.
Yeah, I was really suffering earlier this year with like scars on my head, like reacting to it, and she saw some of them today that are like literally just healing. I'm staying away from expressions, and I urge you to do the same. And we're using Easy Braid, which is something I found on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description box below for the hair I'm using. It's T4 and I think 27.
Yeah,
T4 27.
And then she's not decided to go for the classic box shape. We're going for triangle shape, and I'm loving it so far. I had to get a proper close up, so Instagram will be seeing these braids soon. Knotless braids as well, not normal braids, because we care for our edges.
Yeah.
And yeah, here we go. Let's get into it.
I'm loving it so far. Yes. Okay, so we're live. All right, so Cece, gosh, where do we even begin? Can you just tell the viewers like how you started your business? Because this isn't something that you just came up with like a year or two ago. This is something that's been brewing since you was a child. Okay, so tell the viewers a little bit about your background in hair, how you got started and whatnot.
Well, I got started with you.
Yeah.
So I was around, like, I'm 25 now, so I was in, like, you can follow me with the timing, but I was in year 6 when I would look at someone's crisscross cane rolls, the swiggly cane rolls, and look so close to it and be like, how was that done? And I'd say literally my nosiness would always just be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go practice that. So from a young age I knew I could plait, from a young age I knew I could cane roll. So this is why I say it was a God-given talent, because bruh, I definitely did not have, like, I didn't have to get taught, if that makes sense. Remember back in the day, no YouTube, no nothing like that. So, you know, YouTube teaches everyone everything now, but bruh, back in the day you had to just trial and error. So yeah, basically I remember I was in the kitchen. This is when we used to chill in the kitchen while mum was cooking.
Yeah.
So we would have our little stools, and then I would just be at the back of Jerry's head, just like cane rolling her hair. So I knew how to do a cane roll from a young age, which was really good.
Yeah.
And then we started, you know, dibbling and dabbling. Remember, I'm in year 6, Jerry's in year 8.
Yeah.
So, bruh, she's coming home to say, oh yeah, oh, can you do this hairstyle for me? Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'll try. You know, she'd be like, oh, the one that so-and-so had in school, did you see it? Oh yeah, can we do that?
I was so forceful with it, because I was just like, there's no way I'm going back to school like, with my hair like this. Like, I've told everyone my sister can do this. So I would challenge Cece with these next hairstyles I'll see, different colours, and she'd execute it every single time.
No, honestly, hopefully we can put some throwback pictures in this video, because guys, like, honestly, it's all on Facebook. But it is like, I was just trying new things every single day, just new things, and we loved it. Like, honestly, it wasn't a chore for me. It wasn't like, oh Jerry, you keep telling me you want to do another.
No, for real, you never gave me issues for it.
Genuinely loved it. So yeah, basically that's how we got started. So I was year 6 knew how to do a K-roll, and then when Jerry was into weave, okay, cool, next minute we're learning how to do weave.
Yep.
This girl had a frontal before frontals was a thing.
Yeah.
This girl brought me, not a closure, she said ear to ear. I said, what's this? We didn't know what to do. She was like, yeah, let's go Lucian, let's go and get glue. Let's go and get double-sided tape. Bruv, we didn't know what we were doing. I had to just literally figure it out. No YouTube, remember, no YouTube. So I was just trying to figure it out, and it was fun. So we literally was just doing new things, weave. I remember one time we had one packet of weave, and we had to go back to Lucian, go and get another pack. I didn't have no one to teach me how to sew, but I kind of knew how to sew from primary school. So it's just like you had a needle and thread, Bob's your uncle, you move, innit? So it was really, really good. Like, I genuinely never complained about doing hair.
So you genuinely enjoyed it?
Listen, I enjoyed it. I enjoy it to this day.
Oh, that's
like
fantastic.
100%. I've had one moment when I was in uni when like it was just a bit too much. Like,
you
know, living with 4 girls. Cece, can you do my hair? Cece, can you do my hair?
And then I'd come down.
Yeah, exactly. And then Jerry and her 2 friends would always be like, yeah, can do mine. So, you know, I still loved it, but it was becoming a lot for me.
Yeah, so trying to study as well, you know.
Yeah, and I was trying to have fun as well. You asked me for a Saturday. I had a bae at the time. You know, I'm trying to chill with my Saturday with my bae.
Yeah.
But you know, it was what it was. I genuinely enjoyed it, and I still do to this day. So, and I believe if you're going to stay in business, in successful business, you're going to have to love your job. If you don't, this is you're not going to talk to your clients, you're not going to engage, you're not going to build a good rapport with them.
Yeah.
You know, I call some of my clients friend, as in my friend. Hello, hi, you're my friend now, sister. So yeah.
But yeah, you really did love hair throughout uni as well, because we had quite similar topics for our dissertation, but like you really surprised me when you went for the topic of black hair.
That's how you know I love hair, because I studied media and communications just like Jerry did, but Jerry did journalism as well.
Yeah.
And with that, it was a case of like, it got to our 3rd year, and even 2nd year, so they asked you what you're going to do with your dissertation in your 2nd year. So I was like, raw, 10,000 words. Like, I always knew this moment was coming, but like, what am I actually going to write for 10,000 words? And then I was just like, well, you know about hair, you know, you do it, like this is what you've been doing, you know, you came from a whole London to Leicester, you had to rebrand yourself, tell everyone about you again. So I was just like, okay, cool, I genuinely love doing hair, so okay, we're gonna put this pen to paper. So yeah, I just decided to do it on hair, black history of hair. You know, back in the day they used to do K-rolls, but it was, you know, not just our culture, but it was actual, you know, roots out of slavery, like a map basically. And then just looked into the whole perming our hair as well. Should have never fell into that trap. Also looked at like black style and how it's been like kind of robbed and used in today's, like, for trends and in the music industry, everything. So, you know, not cussing or didn't come for anyone, but
just speaking on cultural appropriation.
Cultural appropriation. Even one of my supervisor told me that I sound sad. I mean, I sound angry.
Oh, that's to my next question, because you know, speaking on black hair is brave enough, putting it pen to paper, knowing that it's going to be someone that's not from your culture, not from your race, that's going to read it and mark it. Like, was that nerve-wracking for you? What was that like going into those dissertation meetings?
I mean, it was annoying, I won't lie, because the woman, she didn't really understand, but she found it really, really intriguing, because we would have conversations like, despite looking at my work. She would be like, oh, so I didn't understand what you wrote then. I'd be like, yeah, because of X, Y, and Z. And she'd be like, oh, I see. And she even said it herself, I think a black person reading this will be better for you, but obviously there was no on the media team. So it was,
that really wasn't.
That was what it was like. It was intriguing for her. I think I got a 2-1 on my dissertation. I believe I was supposed to get a first, but hey,
I believe you're supposed to get first.
You know, I think whoever read it didn't really understand. Not that get me.
That's the thing, they say that it should be easy for like your grandma or someone to understand when they read it. However, I feel like when we talk about topics that pertain to us, that they just will never truly understand. There's no like there's no amount of ways I can write this for you to understand. You just won't get the history and beauty of black hair, you know.
100%. As much as they would like to understand, but they don't.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it was no hard feelings. You know, they gave me a 2-1.
Yeah.
I had 2-1, so we thank God for that. Yeah.
What are the top bits of knowledge you got from studying that topic?
Oh my gosh. I didn't know how much they used it for fashion shows. They would have white models and they would literally dread up their hair or look up their hair. And I'm like, this is so bad.
To this day?
Yeah, to this day. And even how like certain... okay, one thing that I knew was always a thing was like, you know, certain other cultures taking our hairstyles and, society would celebrate them. Yeah. And then they would never give recognition on where they got their hairstyle from, if that makes sense.
Because it's ghetto on us.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it was us. Black people designed it. We were very, very versatile. That's why I love black people. We could do braids and we could switch it up to a weave. Like our hair is versatile. It's beauty. I find it so beautiful doing hair, like, and just switching it up whenever we want. We see a hairstyle, okay, cool, we can achieve that. So yeah, I think when it comes to what's the question again? We're gonna edit
cultural appropriation.
Yeah. So when I was looking at certain things, like people calling Kim Kardashian's or Khloe Kardashian's hair boxer braids.
Oh gosh.
And they would never give the recognition to what it was. Like, okay, cool, you saw this hairstyle. We're not saying you can't have it. I sure ain't saying that because I ain't trying to cause no problems.
I'm saying it looks good, but I'm not saying you can't have it.
Yeah, but please, give credit
where it's due.
Where it's due. Like, there's a whole history behind that hairstyle. Yeah. But we had certain hairstyles from when we were babies, bruv. You get me?
Don't act like you don't know.
Don't act like we don't know, because we've been doing Shuku, we've been doing K-mods all back. Yeah. We're just modernising it now. You get what I mean? Because when we were in primary school, y'all were the people that were cussing us for our hairstyles. Now you're taking it and not giving us recognition.
Horsehair, credit. All of those things. Hey. Ooh.
Boy.
Do you know what primary school in the 90s was? Jesus.
It was hard.
It was hard.
Hard.
It was hard, but we've come such a long way to where like young girls are feeling more. Can you just like see girls coming to your house to get their hair done, getting braids? And what do you think, like young girls coming here to get braids done?
I mean, I just think it's them celebrating. Do you know? Okay, cool. Let me scale back. I think one thing about society now, we've celebrated the real black style. Like, we are being celebrated. Like, we are celebrating our style, our hair, our clothes. We're just being us. And when you're proud of something, you're going to do it very, very proudly. No one can tell you nothing, right? So it's a case of like, now that we've decided to go the other route, the natural route, you see the rise of natural hair and not perming our hair anymore. And we're celebrating our hair and we're being more positive about it, because back in the day, calling our hair nappy and stuff like that was just so annoying. But anyway, it happened. But now we're just giving a new light to it, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I feel like younger people are like, they're very, very lucky to come into that light with us. But they don't have to pay the way or anything like that. But I think them coming to do their hair and saying, oh yeah, I want braids, that's really nice for me to hear, because I'm like, as well as we do the weaves and stuff, feel comfortable and happy to still do these braid hairstyles as well. I think a lot of the time there was people that were like, I'm not going back to braids. I was one of them.
Oh my gosh, I went through my tweets recently, like just trying to understand my attitudes to certain things before, because there was a point that I would never do braids. Like, I'll just only do, I'm giving you too much. I'd only do weaves because I was dating someone that thought braids were disgusting, ash, blah blah. And it's just kind of like, I was like, where was my head at that time? And I was looking at my tweets and it's just like, I'd always say things like, I want to get braids, like I want to, but because of approval of other people, I didn't do it. Do you know what I mean? I only went for weaves. So that's why I look at the girls now that are just like, I'm getting my knotless, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. And it's like, it's not a huge thing, But to me, it's kind of just like, wow, if you guys knew like the kind of climate I grew up in, where saying you're wearing a wig.
Oh my god.
Saying you're wearing a wig.
Taboo.
Getting braids. Did your mum tell you have to go and get braids?
In it, literally, that's
hair.
what it was. That was literally what it was.
Something else. Like, it's nothing like what the
it
girls
wasn't
got
an
right
easy
now.
climb. Like, you know, that they're unapologetically doing whatever hairstyle they want, which is definitely good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't always like that.
So I really I'm so proud of the girls these days, you know, just being their authentic selves.
Let's believe there was a summer where it was just weave.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, leave out every day, about 5 clients, 6 clients in a day. And then there was like a rise of braids. Box braids came in, it was hot. I was like, rah, people actually really want box braids like that.
Yeah.
Oh my days. I had to hire BB. Literally, I had a twin who can do hair, and I had to be like, yeah, I can't do this, bruv. People are wanting braids.
Yeah.
I've only got one hand, pair of hands, and I can't do 2 people in a day. So, doing hers, having her to do it with me, she was very, very helpful, because we could do 2 people in a day, and it was every day like that. But yeah, you can just see it, like it being a trend, and then people be like, yeah, okay, cool, now I can do it. But I feel like if it weren't celebrated in the media, like on social media and all that there, I tell you, I don't think it would be what it is right now. Like, always finding new methods, new ways to do things, and I tell you, it's so nice to just see, okay, cool, knotless braids instead of doing normal braids because of our edges, because of the tension, because you can't move it, you can't, a week of paracetamol because you got a headache. So
okay, awesome. So we've covered, you stepping into doing hair as a child, doing it throughout uni, the sort of struggles to balance work life and hair life at the same time, studying hair as well. But it's been 3 years since you graduated?
Yes, it's been 3 years, boy.
3 years, and
don't even feel real.
You came out of uni. You didn't take the I'm going to go get a graduate job route. You took the proper plunge straight away to become self-employed and launch Laid by Cece. So let's talk a bit about that. What motivated you to take that decision? Because that is a huge decision to take.
That wasn't easy. Let's put it that way. Listen, I'm a woman of faith. I believe in Jesus Christ. He's my personal savior, So I definitely came out of uni thinking, what next? And then you ain't got a plan like that. But basically, I was in my room for about 2 weeks, I would say. I had to literally, go to my sisters and say, I might need to redo my CV and that, And then I was seeing so many adverts on TV. Teachers, do you want to be a teacher? And we need you and all of that. Then I was like, and I was thinking, it's a sign, because a lot of my clients were coming talking about being a teacher. A couple of teachers in my church. I was like, maybe what's stopping me from being a teacher? Why not? Then it would be like, this week I'm gonna apply, and I never apply. And I'll be like, the week went by since you didn't apply. So I remember I had to take it to prayer, what is actually next? Yes, I studied media and communications. Yes, I loved it. When I tell you I loved media and communications, bruh, no qualms.
It was
no
a lit
issues.
degree.
It was a lit degree. I genuinely enjoyed myself. So basically, I had to take it to prayer, God, what's next and stuff like that. And all that kept on coming back to me was that I have to get back into doing hair. That was never something you're supposed to stop. So that moment, I just went into get back in the game mode. Messaged everyone on WhatsApp. Yeah, Cece's back. Laid by Cece's back. It was Laid by CB at first. And then it changed to Laid by Cece. But that's when I got back in the game. And from then on, oh my days, it was as if Cece, how did you not know that this was the direction to go in?
This is your
path. I genuinely hadn't touched hair in a very long time. I probably did Jerry's and BB's K-Mods for under their wig, but other than that, that was it. So it was a case of getting this message out, redoing my Instagram, and just posting more, getting my name out there. And then also stepping into my purpose and my calling, because from then on, that's when I realized, like, okay, cool, this is actually what I've been called to do, at least for the period of and the season that I'm in now. But I tell you, I've had beautiful conversations with clients where I'm just like, if I weren't here, where would I be?
Yeah.
As in, like, if I weren't speaking to this person, where would I be? So I love what I do. Like, it wasn't easy to get into it and to actually know that this was what it was. But now that I'm here, I know.
Yeah.
And it's so confirmed that this is me in my element, doing what I love, you know. But it wasn't easy coming out of uni. You know, you're thinking, where's the graduate job? Everyone was getting it left, right, and centre. My friends, oh guys, finally got my graduate job. You know, and you're just celebrating them, and you're thinking, wow, like, money isn't gonna be like these lot got, you know, paychecks that actually are regular, steady. They know how much they're getting. I haven't had a year, especially when you're coming out and you're like, wait, adult life now.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have bills. My mum told me the day I got back, yeah, you got bills. I said, excuse me. She said, yeah, your room is how much a week? I said, wait, we ain't discussed this.
Oh, goodness me.
Bear in mind, my room was made a flipping storeroom, so you can imagine how I'm feeling. I had to clear it out. I got a fine for putting my stuff where it's supposed to, you know. City council came for me. But yeah, so literally that's what it was like coming back, not knowing, being unsure, but I had to take it to prayer. As soon as I took it to prayer, I knew exactly what I was doing. So yeah, I mean, if you're coming out of university, and the only advice I'd give you is just to pray about it. Don't get stuck in a job that just because it's called a graduate job that you're happy that you're going to be there for years, because once you get there, I tell you, you're not going to really want to move, because you're just relying on that money. Yeah. You know?
Sorry, yeah, go on.
No, and then everyone feels that pressure to stay in something they don't love. Yeah. You know?
That's what I was going to say. Did you ever feel any pressure, like, to go and look for a graduate job at all? Like, did you feel any sort of, like, FOMO? There was
definitely a pressure, and that's why I was going to go into the teaching, but I was like, at that point, that's when I took it to prayer. So I nearly went there, but I was like, nah. Like, I can see myself being a teacher, 100%. I love kids, I love, you know, and I did that for my, what's that word?
Work experience.
Yeah, up the road in my primary school, and I loved it. But to actually do that, like, for a living, boy, I don't know about that, man.
So the name Laid by Cece, how did we get right here? Because a lot of people, they will do like, oh, hair by Cece or braids by Cece. Why Laid by Cece?
To be honest, I think back then there weren't really many. You know, it was just laid or hair, and then obviously you got like the slade, you got the people are being more original now, which I like, and I wish I changed it. But anyway, until I get the inspiration to change it, then I'll stick with what I am. But it was you. I think I was having a conversation with you, and we were talking about like what to call it, and you were like, but Cece, hair back, okay, cool. But you were like, but we always say we're laid, like, and laid was the word back then, innit? That was a term. So,
obviously, I knew this, but like, I just wanted you to tell the camera.
So we literally went from there. That was it. It was just Laid by Cece. You know, it's very simple. You know who you're gonna get laid by is Cece, and you're gonna be laid by the time you leave. You know. Yeah.
What do you think about these names, where like a lot of people put their names in their brands now? I mean, I've done the same thing, but a lot of people do that. It's not something that brands used to do. We used to be something, I don't know, Oregon hair. Like they'll just make something up. Like, but do you think that people are now the brands? Like we are the brand, 100%.
We are the brand, especially if you don't have workers and stuff. You are the brand. So it would be nice for people to know my name before they meet me. And then also, why come up with another name that's probably taken anyway?
It's true.
You know, extravagant something. What's the point? You know, all these names. And I love another one. You know, like when people say touched by or something's touch. Like that's really cute, but obviously that's already been taken. But like I just feel like you're explaining what you're gonna do before you do it, and you're also giving your name at the same time. But by the time you leave my house, you will be laid. Okay.
Amen. I know that for sure.
I take my work very, very seriously.
If
any person has OCD, it's definitely me.
So what advice would you give someone that's thinking, oh, I'm coming out of uni, or I just want to start a business this year, I'm good at hair? Like, what's the first step you think they should take to, you know, building their brand?
Well, first thing you said is that they said they're good at it.
Yeah.
Like I said, BB used to do hair with me. She's good at it.
Yeah.
But she didn't have the passion for it to stay long, right?
Yeah.
Meaning that she's, you know, the hype died down for her, if that makes sense. And she realised that this is not what she wants to do. So, you know, she's clearly good at it, but hasn't stuck at it.
Yeah.
Now, if you're good at something, cool. That's a great starting point. Then you can start to see if, okay, cool, can I have longevity in this? But I tell you, if you're don't have a passion for it, if your desire ain't to be that, if you're not itching because I'm not doing this, then you shouldn't technically be doing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like another advice is just to pray about it. That's no cap. Like, honestly, if I didn't pray, I think I would have definitely been in a job that would have been very, very lost, and I would have been very, very upset.
Yeah.
And just down and out, coming home every single time. So yeah, I believe that your passion, your purpose, what you've been created to do, you're only going to find out through your creator, number one. And then also, it needs to be something that comes natural to you as well, or something that you don't really need to like proper like cultivate. And that it needs to be a natural love to it. Do you get what I mean? I think that's where you start. Even if you have to get like a big pen and paper or whiteboard and just do like a brainstorm of like what you're good at and what you comes natural to you. That's a really good start to at least find out what your purpose is, or to find out what you were supposed to be doing. If you don't have a care for children, what the heck are you being a teacher for? Do you get what I mean?
Very true.
You don't have a natural care for business, and your natural care is just to look after people, then you might consider being a nurse or a doctor and stuff like that. Do you get what I mean? So you need to look within. That's a whole conversation with you, God, and maybe a friend or whoever you trust, you know. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Do you feel like you need to be surrounded by like-minded women, like that are in business and things like that, to keep you motivated? What do you do? Who do you speak to? Well, not necessarily who do you speak to, but do you have people that you speak to about this stuff?
That's a really good question. I have never thought about it that way, but no.
Yeah. Do you think that you need a community?
Do you know what it is? I think the way I came into it, it was because I was naturally good at it. I genuinely loved it. That kept me going, right?
Yeah.
But I realised that other people have a community. Like there's a whole hair community on Instagram.
Yeah.
They'll be at each other, you know, like talking to each other. And, you know, I'm only getting into it small now because like I'm realising, okay, cool, like your work is good. I'm going to shout you out. And, you know, I tell you, there's some real love on Instagram in the DM sometimes. But like I believe that you don't actually have to surround yourself with people like that, but I believe it's a really, really good service to yourself to be able to do that, to get involved with like other people and to have people that can give you advice, or you know, you can just like share ideas with maybe, or something like that. I think when you flock with people that are like go-getters, you're gonna rub off on them, and they're gonna rub off on you. You know, so it wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't say I had that, but you know, I think it wouldn't have hurt, you know, to have that around me when I started. But I think anyone that's trying to go into it, if you can do it with someone, or you know, to have someone that you look to, or like a mentor, or someone that's like above you, or that's, you know, that'd be good. I don't think it's a need or a must, but you know, whoever you flock with, I tell you, you'll end up being like them. So it's probably a difficult question. So I just feel like a lot of people, especially like black people in business, we kind of shy away from the idea of competition. What do you think about competition? Do you see anyone as competitors? Do you think that's, you know, just something you don't do, or do you believe in healthy competition? That's a good question. Because there's so many hairdressers on Instagram. Anyone can become a hairdresser. You can get a one-on-one class with someone and you can become a hairdresser. Like, you can start with your friends first, your family, and then you go on Instagram. I'd say that at one point I started to look at other people's work and be like, whoa, that's sick, that's nice, right? But to be honest, the first years of Instagram, I didn't really look at it like that at all. It was like, not that there weren't competition, I wasn't bothered about competition because clients were still coming regardless. My phone would be blowing up.
So sorry guys, my camera died, so we're just gonna jump right back into where we were.
You bet.
And we were talking about competition, weren't we? So
yes,
how we view competition.
Well, long story short, I definitely have felt you know, sometimes you feel like the spirit of comparison comes to kill ya, you know, sometimes. But I really had to just shake that off. There's no competition. Everyone needs their hair done. And I can't do every woman's hair in this world.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the end of the day, like, prop people up when you see good work, you know, don't be afraid to give healthy compliments, like, why not? But I definitely have experienced, like, just that feeling of, like, that spirit of comparison. But I just had to shake that off ASAP. I think competition is really, really good in terms of, like, you might see something and you're like, okay, cool. Like, healthy competition, basically.
Yeah.
Let me try something out. That looks really, really nice. I love the way she did X, Y, and Z. But other than that, like, you literally need to just follow your own. Like, people, my clients come to me and like, oh yeah, my old hairdresser, something. I'm like, who's that? They're like, oh, really big on Instagram. I'm like, oh, I don't know who that is. Because I'm not steady watching people.
Yeah.
Like, I love watching people that do really, really creative stuff.
Yeah.
So there's Hair by Kelly, bruv. I'm not trying to do no frontal that you're gonna stick the front and the back. I don't have time for that. So watching stuff like that is so nice. Like, I love when people really take their efforts to do different videos, creative, fun, energetic. So, and because I know I don't do that, it's nice, and they will come up on my feed and stuff like that, so I'm watching them, and that's the only reason why I know them. But other than that, like, searching out for people and, like, remembering names and stuff, like, bruh, like, nah. You know, I think
it's not like a tea. Oh, that hairdresser. Is there really any, like, tea like that?
No, not that.
It's not like the US hairdressers where they end up in the vlogs.
No, that's a bit too much for me. I think at that point, I would have tapped out by now and just been like, no, I don't have the time for that. But honestly, guys, we actually just need to start celebrating people instead of, you know, knocking people down. And just, you know, if you're feeling jealous because you didn't do something and they did it first, then check your heart, go back to Jesus and let him heal you. Because honestly, it's not worth it.
Because what are we in this for at the end of the day? For clout or to actually, like, build businesses?
Exactly. Do you want to be, because I was the first one to do something, I'll give my recognition, props and stuff. Okay, cool, you might have, but it's just like, you need to just remember what you're doing this for. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to be known as the one that, you know, I can't do, like I said, I can't do everyone's hair in it. So, you know, just focus on your own. Like, the clients that choose you, feel grateful that they chose you, because I tell you, like, it's really, really nice to know that they trust you with their hair. And I think that's all that matters. You know, let them come, do their hair, have the most beautiful conversations ever, uplift each other, learn from each other's, you know, past experiences and whatever you want to share, and be on your way. Like, literally, just keep it nice and beautiful the way it was always designed to be. Not all of this, oh, she did this, she stole that, or you know, that was me, or, you know, giving recognition for where, like, bro, where did that come into it? What is it? Because it's Instagram.
Laid by Cece has such a great reputation. Like, anyone that speaks about you can speak about the conversations you have, the customer service and whatnot. So when I see a lot of them, obviously I don't go to other hairdressers, when I see a lot of feedback, mainly on Twitter, you're not on Twitter so you probably don't see it, but a lot of the feedback that people will be exposing this hairdresser and that hairdresser, and they said that I had to pay this deposit and come with my hair washed and all of this stuff. Like, what do you make of, like, the reputation of, I would say, Instagram hairdressers these days, of, like, you know, doing too much, having too many rules and regulations and terms and conditions?
Like, all I would say is that we need to remember the reason why we got into this in the first place. Like, I know they always say, like, you know, do you still love what you do? Like, do you still love doing hair? Like, is it a case of you care about the money, or do you care about more so, you know, about enjoying your day and, you know, having a business that's thriving and caring about your clients as well? I think that's, if you start there with that question, you'd be more than fine to go on with your business. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, it does seem like there's a care for money more than the client.
Yeah.
Because to come with your hair this and bring your own gel this, and there's some things I definitely agree with 100%, because if that's the way you want to run your business, that's the way you want to run your business. But that's why, you know, each hairdresser to their own, because you have to just make sure that, you know, your life is rosy and your life is it's going and it's flowing, you know. But like, I wouldn't cuss anyone for doing whatever rules they want to do. I think it's up to the client to go and take themselves there, knowing their rules and their regulations. I do think there's some things that are definitely ridiculous, but you know, hairdressers are trying to look after themselves at the same time. What they choose to do and where you choose to take yourself, that's on you at that point. But some are definitely ridiculous, and I've been hearing certain things. I'm like,
Have you ever had like a really, really bad experience and you're just like, this customer cannot come back again? Like, is there anything that's just beyond what you would take as a professional?
Do you know what? No.
You're very lucky.
I'm very, very lucky.
Yeah.
I had an atheist come once, and she was laughing at me that I believed in Jesus.
Oh, that's horrible. I'm supposed to respect
She's like, oh, it's because you're young. It's because you're young. You still believe in Jesus? I was like, And I was just saying that we can have a really good conversation here. I've never had an atheist come and sit in my seat. You know, you don't have to be laughing at me. It's not that deep. You get what I mean?
I believe. Whoa.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, and I think at that point I could have definitely crumbled and be like, oh, you got to go.
Yeah.
There was one argument I had with a client, but love her anyway. It's not that deep.
But you have that rapport with your clients.
I finished doing her hair, so you know.
You have that rapport with your clients where you become friends.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Like, I love where we can pick up where we left off. You might be going through a situation, then it's just like, oh, catch up, like, so what happened? Like, do you get what I mean? I had a client the other day, she got engaged, and before she did, she got proposed to, but before she did, obviously we were talking about like marriage and stuff.
Yeah.
And when do you think he will propose? Obviously by the time she's got back, he's proposed, isn't it? So
full circle.
I love it, honestly.
Wow, love that.
Where's my own? I'm
soon come, I'm sure. I'm sure.
sure.
So, what else do I want to ask you? I feel like I've asked you a lot. You've been very, very good. Answered all my questions. But actually, no, I cannot leave the seat without, talking about this, because obviously you said that you spoke to someone that's an atheist, and one thing I know for sure is that you use this chair as a form of ministry as well. So you are a minister.
Okay, I'm definitely a minister, but I've never told, never said that out of my mouth. I've never had anyone really say, "Yeah, you're a minister."
Yeah. But
obviously, I'm a minister in church, 100%, part of the choir, and that's ministry on its own. And then, so basically, I was in uni in my 3rd year, and there'll be conversations I'm having with my clients, and I'm like, whoa, that was powerful. Like, it will be the way it's unraveled. I'll be like, wow, we really spoke about God the whole time. Like, there was a girl, she was going through some stuff, and I could see that she was on a devotional. I do not look at your phone, okay? God told me to look at the phone.
Just that one time.
Just that one time. So I looked, and she was reading a devotional, and I was just like, oh, that's really, really nice. What one are you on? And then she was telling me the devotional, and then we got into the whole situation that she was facing. And I tell you, from that day on, this chair hasn't been a dull moment. I've definitely had clients that just want to be quiet, and I'm just like, sure, about me?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had people cry in my chair. I've prayed for people in my chair. People have prayed for me in my chair. I've had someone know something I did back in the day because God told her.
Yeah.
I've had conversations about taboo stuff, like just things that women don't speak about. I've had women that are married tell me about their experiences and tell me how beautiful marriage is. At the same time, it's work, so I'm learning from them and they're learning from me. And at the end of the day, like, I've definitely had people that I didn't even have to mention God, but they can like smell God on me, if that makes sense. Like, they'll be like, so what church you go to? No, I ain't mentioning God, but I go to Cece, and I love that. This is what it was supposed to be, and this is what God had in store for me from when I was asking, what do I do when I came out of university? He saw ministry, and it was something that I even had to take to prayer, like, God, like, I don't really want to go up on the streets in Woolwich and say Jesus loves you. So how do I do evangelism.
Yeah.
How do I do my part? And I tell you, from then on, like, it just, I love what I do. I love speaking to my clients. I love the stories they tell me. It just keeps me going. Sometimes I get emotional just because some people, like, their stories are beautiful.
Yeah.
Some people just need Christ, and you just need to be bold enough to just say who you are and who you stand for, and, you know, why you believe in Christ. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I've spoken about celibacy. I've spoken about pornography. I've spoken about everything.
Yeah.
Cancer, people losing people, you know, and I tell you, it's ministry. Like this chair, you come here, it's no accident. God wants to speak to you when you come in.
For real, your heart is gonna be checked for sure.
100%.
So, you know, you do this out of your home. You do this in your living room. It's a beautiful salon.
Thank you.
I'll try and get some images of it before I wrap up this video. It's a beautiful salon. What made you decide, I'm not going to go and rent a chair in a shop. I'm just going to turn my living room into my trap house?
Because I have plenty of chairs in my own house, and I'm not going to go and pay for a chair in someone else's building. And, okay, cool. So obviously we lost Dad in 2012, right? And I was using down here when he was alive as well. So it was always, Cece, by the time I get home, I don't want to see extensions. Like, bro, if I left anything on the floor, if I sweep up properly, I'm gonna hear it. Because one time it was like, be out there by 8. I said, 8? Like, really? Like, when am I gonna start and finish then? So I took it seriously, you know. And down here was always a spot, but when I went to uni, I think obviously doing it there as well, it's kind of like, I was just used to doing it in a space where there's a TV going, all of that there. So basically, I say basically a lot, and literally a lot. So basically, Mum had this place, and she used to chill down here, but she don't chill down here anymore. And then I used to have a chair just over in this section, placing TV and the stuff just on the table. And I think 2018, I really wanted to change. I wasn't going to go and pay no bill for a chair and gas and electricity when I'm doing that in this household anyway. So I just said, it's not me that's going to pay it. So got mirrors from IKEA. Just started getting stuff for myself. I wanted to see what it would look like, and that was it. I just, I was speaking to Bay at the time, and I was just like, what do we do? And he was just like, sort it out, you know.
And it looks fantastic. Like, the visions really come to life, and I know you've got more plans for it. So
I love it. I've got my lights from Amazon, mirrors from IKEA, shelves from Wilco, my ring light Amazon, wall, flower wall, not going to tell you because that's what you can get. Then this thing over here, that was from you.
The bookcase.
And then some more stuff from IKEA. Got my stool from my friend that gave it to me as a present. These chairs from lovely IKEA will be changed soon, but
Top 3 items a person that wants to trap out their living room too, they should get. Which ones?
You need a ring light, good pictures. You need some sort of shelf because you need to put stuff on it. And then you need like a nice background. Like, so I've got a flower wall. You need a nice background to take the pictures. You need the lighting for the pictures, the quality. And then you need practically a shelf to put some stuff on. So right now you guys are sitting on the shelf. So,
Fantastic. I mean, thank you so much for taking this interview today. We're just going to get on with the rest of the hair,
and then we'll show you when we're done.
Thank you so much. This is Cece. Follow her on Instagram. Say your handles for us.
So on Instagram, I am LAIDBYCC, laid by Cece. You want to book an appointment? Go ahead. Go get catch me on Instagram. There's a link there, and that's it. Only Instagram.
What about YouTube? You're gonna come on YouTube one of these days?
I don't know, babe. I genuinely don't know. I feel like that's more work on mine.
If you want to do this again, you can come on here again. We can do this.
Check out my other page. I'm a baker as well. Cece Bakes. I think it's CECEBAKES _ So I am forever in this house, either in my living room or my kitchen, and either baking or doing hair. So that's me.
fantastic. I hope you guys loved this interview. I hope that you picked up some gems, you felt inspired to, you know, start whatever enterprise you want to start. And, you know, we're Black women adulting, but we're going to help each other through this. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a lovely evening and goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Till we reach the sky, and every time we dry our eyes, we bloom, blooming till we reach the sky, and every time we try, we